Tony Gwynn Drive, yeah, nothing but line drives in his big league career. Right outside Petco Park here in San Diego. Number 19, always in our thoughts and our memories when we come to this wonderful city, and we sure miss watching him play and hitting those line drives. You said best hitter you ever saw.
Absolutely, and we think of him every time we're here.
Yes, we do. Now we're thinking about Max Scherzer, because the bad news is Max has been scratched tonight, and within an hour of that news came the news that he was going on the disabled list. So tough times for the Nats pitching staff.
Well, he'll miss the start tonight, and then one more start. He's eligible to come off on the 25th, so hope you get that neck well. You got a big lead. No sense in taking chances right now.
Yeah, this could be long-term benefits. We go back to August 1st, FP, and the top of the second inning home run at Miami. Everything's looking fantastic, and then it got real strange after that.
Yeah, and it was the other side of his neck that got hurt there. Now today it's his left side, so we'll just see what happens with Max. He threw 10 pitches in that game, hit the home run, came out for the bottom of the second, threw one warm-up pitch, it went to the screen, and then watch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times I'm coming on this game, Dusty, and hey, there's no need to take chances right now. But when you look at the DL, Scherzer, Strasburg, Ross, the pitchers on the DL. Harper, Worth, Eaton, Goodwin, Rayburn, the outfielders. Turner, Drew, Madsen, Glover, Romero.
Unbelievable.
But 25 games over, 14 games up. So get him back when it counts.
Yeah, keep a positive attitude about it. Dusty said he thought something might be up when Max was one of the first guys in the clubhouse today. Usually starters don't do that. So Matt Grace is going to get his first big league start.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a bullpen night, so he's going to go out there, hopefully give Dusty a couple of innings, maybe get an at-bat, and we'll see where they go from there.
Speaking of the bullpen, when the Nats are ahead late innings, the back end of it has been outstanding. It all goes back to the July 18th thing out in Anaheim. And, Kinsler came along after Madsen and Doolittle. These guys have been amazing.
Amazing with strikes, pounding the strikes. So Kinsler, a 1.00 ERA in 9 games as a Nat. Last night, a scoreless inning. And then the doctor came on for the 9th. He's 10 for 10 in save opportunities in Nat. Threw 13 pitches, 8 of them strikes last night. So we love watching him pitch. I just love the way he goes after guys. I asked him today about the 3-2 changeup he threw last night. He said, I've never done that before. Matt Wieters put down a change. I said, oh, that's a good idea. Let's go with it. The guy's fearless. We love watching him. The doctor has been awesome.
And you know that when something like that happens, every club in baseball knows about it right away. So Doolittle's provided another little wrinkle in what people are looking for from him.
Yeah, he didn't even need to throw it for a strike. Now guys are thinking about his changeup too.
All right, so we're going to get going on Game 2 here, trying to surf our way through a very difficult physical time for the Nats. Might be a bike ride, might be a boat ride. We don't know what to expect. Hey, you never know. Tonight could be one of the best games of the year. It's the Nats and the Padres. Game 2 without Max, straight ahead. The most distinctive ballpark in all of baseball as far as the design, how it blends in to the California terrain, opened up in 2004. So game 2, some Nats fans headed up the stairs on a Friday night to watch these two ball clubs get together, and certainly a different pitching scenario. Matt Grace's 3-1 career, 60 games without a start, had a couple of saves in Cincinnati right after the All-Star break. So FP, I guess as long as he can go, Dusty will ride his left arm. You
know what's strange about the Padres? They didn't change their lineup once they heard a lefty was starting. So Matt Grace only going to go a couple innings. Hasn't given up an extra base hit to a lefty this year, and he's scoreless in 13 of his 21 appearances.
Luis Perdomo's 24 years of age, actually pitched a pretty good game against Max Scherzer at Nationals Park. 5-1 Nationals win, gave up a home run to Michael A. Taylor. So he wins 6, gave up 3 runs, couple of walks, 6 strikeouts. And he's the 24-year-old right-hander for them. Here's Howie Kendrick, a little older than that, but swinging the bat like a kid who's 25 years of age. .353 in 16 games with the Nationals. 4 doubles, 4 homers, 11 RBIs. Yeah, he's leading off, he's stealing bases, and he's playing left field for your Washington Nationals. You by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Great night here, right adjacent to the Gas Lamp District in San Diego. Petco Park, where the home team is 32-28 on the year. The Nats have the best road record in the National League, second to Houston in all of baseball. Max Scherzer, this has to be an unreal scenario for him, FP, in the dugout watching somebody else start a game that he thought was going to be his.
Well, I'm glad they're erring on the side of caution right now, because when you talk about Max maybe being worn down throughout the season, pitching a lot of innings, I know we're talking about maybe back-to-back Cy Youngs for Max, and, you know, be safe right now and have some bullets in the end of September and in October.
Good to see him smiling. Wants his teammates to go out and win a ball game. 71%, 71 degrees. The humidity and the temperature here on a lovely night under very clear skies. Padres take the field. Here come the Nats, second in the league at 273. First in runs and in home runs. And Michael A. Taylor likes this yard. 8 hits in 8 games here. In that number 7 spot again tonight. Michael A. 1 for 4. Had a base hit his first time up. So pretty much the regular guys, except that Andrew Stevenson gets a start tonight. Ryan Zimmerman has the night off. Luis Perdomo, 1-1 career in 2 starts against the Nats. ERA just under 3.5.
There's the Arsenal. Fastball 94, slider 85, changeup 88. 7-6 loss last start at Los Angeles against the Dodgers. That was on the 13th. Gave up 5 runs on 4 hits over 6 innings. Struck out 1, walked 1, gave up a couple of 8 chars in his 80 pitches.
That career, he's 15-17 in 39 games, 29 starts at the big league level.
The Padres defense tonight: Spangenberg, Margot, Pirela in right field, Coleman, Solarte left side, Asuaje Myers right side, and Austin Hedges behind the plate.
Yeah, he's celebrating his 25th birthday tonight, the Padres receiver. They got the old school brown and yellow uniforms on. Nats in their traditional road grays. There's Will Myers. And it'll be interesting. He's a guy who loves to swing at the first pitch. When he gets up there, what does a reliever turned starter Matt Grace do tonight against a right-handed batter like that? We'll worry about that a little bit later. Right now, it's Kendrick, Defoe, and Murphy. Crew chief Mike Winters, 30th year in the big leagues, has the plate. Marty Foster, Mike Malinsky, and Roberto Ortiz around the bases. Here we go. First pitch, 7-11 Pacific, strike 1. Howie Kendrick, 4 for 12. 2 career RBIs against Luis Perdomo. Got the ball back. He was ready to roll, and that's a little bit low, 1-1. And a ball hit long way to left. See you later. Leadoff homer by Howie Kendrick. His 6th of the year overall, 7th of the year, and his 5th as a Washington National.
Well, there goes the no-hitter. There goes the shutout. And there goes the helmet. And there goes Howie. 7th home run of the season. This is how we do it. 1-0 Nats.
That ball was hit a ton. And Defoe's up there swinging after having his hitting streak end last night.
Just a hanging slider from Perdomo. And that's his best pitch, really. He's got a good sinker, gets a lot of ground balls, but the strikeouts are on the slider. That was not his best pitch. 1-0 Nats.
That fastball up in the zone called a strike. Perdomo has now given up 14 home runs on the year. Wilmer did contribute to a run last night with a 3rd inning sacrifice bunt. He went 0 for 2 with a walk and that sack, and the ball fouled.
Kind of a cool night here in San Diego. I was watching batting practice today, and the ball wasn't flying, so that ball was really hit.
And this ball bounced to the right side. Asuaje has to hurry. Close play. Marty Foster calls Defoe out.
Pretty close. Asuaje uses the glove here. The ball kind of hangs in the air a little bit. Wilmer is getting it out of the batter's box. And did it beat him? It looks like it beat him by a step. And as usual, Wilmer thought he was safe. Good hustle.
Here's Daniel Murphy with 1 out. So the update on the batting race: Murphy 9 points behind Charlie Blackmon, 19 behind Justin Turner. Pretty good fastball on the inside edge. Daniel, a rare multi-strikeout game last night. 2 Ks, 0 for 3 overall, hit by a pitch. 2-1. And another tapper to the right side. Pitcher will cut this one off and go all the way to the bag himself.
You know, when you have a lot of guys on the disabled list like the Nats do, and you're a little bit banged up, say you're Daniel Murphy and you're not 100% right now, you feel even more responsibility to post and be in the lineup. You know, you have a Cy Young, an MVP, the fastest guy in baseball, the guy that turned the franchise into a winner, amongst about 10 other guys on the DL right now. And so maybe you're not 100%, but you as an athlete feel like, well, I'm better than those guys. I'm not on the DL, and I have to play it. And you remember Daniel Murphy missed those games with the hip. I don't think he's 100%. But he's chiefing it out for the ball club.
Yes, he is. Yeah, we're seeing soft contact for him the last couple of ball games.
There it is.
I mean, the list keeps getting bigger all the time.
It's a lot of war, as Mike Rizzo put it, on the DL.
And, of course, the corresponding move for Scherzer tonight is Strasburg tomorrow. Oh, 0-2 to Anthony Rendon. A couple of career hits with a walk against Luis Perdomo, including a double and a walk in that 5-1 win at Nationals Park May 26th.
My hope is that everybody's fresh and ready to go at the end of September, because the other thing hasn't worked before. So maybe this will work. And maybe the guys on Dusty's club that are coming off the DL, like Jason and Bryce and Trey and Max, you know, they'll all be fresh and not worn down. I don't know.
I think it's a good thought.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I'm not worried. I mean, 25 over and 14 games up is great, but when you want to have a parade at the end of the season, all these guys got to be right.
Oh, 2 again, and Rendon will take that 84 slider down and away.
I mean, but the Dodgers are already in the World Series if you listen to Yasiel Puig after the game last night. So why even try?
Well, some were saying that about the Cubs a few months ago. How'd that turn out? Howie Kendrick, a leadoff home run, and it was a no-doubter way out to left center. Deep part of the park. The Nats, for Matt Grace, have an early run. And a little snack out in left field to start the night.
You hear the song playing?
I don't know.
This is how we do it. They're playing in the background as we show
nice.
Howie Kendrick. How about that?
Very hospitable by the Padres. So we talked about Will Myers, 24 homers, 59 RBIs, and 14 stolen bases. This year he's hitting .388 on the first pitch when he puts it in play, and we'll see how that goes. But he's going to be the number 5 man in their lineup tonight. Here's Matt Grace. 1 career game against San Diego, 2 innings, 2 hits, a walk, 1 strikeout. Last time he pitched several days ago, 2 innings. How far can he go tonight? It's going to be off the stretch right from the first pitch of the game.
You tell me, Coach Bob.
Well, I had one guy from the Padres broadcast crew come in 5 minutes after the announcement and said, "What's his pitch limit for the night?" I said, "I don't know."
You just said, "Beat it, punk." We don't know.
What's his pitch limit?
It's a bullpen night. When he comes out of the game, we'll let you know what his pitch count is. Fastball, slider change for Matt. 2-seam fastball, 91, slider, occasional changeup.
To the right side for Daniel Murphy. Off the bat of Manuel Margot.
Nats D tonight. Behind Matt Grace, Kendrick Taylor Stevenson, the outfield. Difo Rendon, left side. Murphy Lynn, right side. Matt Wieters behind the plate. There's the blonde-haired first sacker, Adam Lind. I asked him about that at bat last night. He was ticked off because he got quick pitch twice, and then he did the Johnny Cueto hold thing on top of it. And he said it's August, and you know, it's just August, and that's kind of how you are in August. And he flipped his bat and went to first. I loved it. It's the most eventful walk of the year. It was great. If you missed it.
Hey. Long season. Not everybody in the team has to be nice and polite and lovey-dovey.
That's right. You should see us up here during the commercial breaks, beating each other up. What you used to say? Long season, small booth?
Long season, small booth, a veteran announcer once told me. Pretty good swing by Asuaje. And over to get it, Howie Kendrick. That's how he does it. 2 down.
It's been so good, man. We knew he could hit. I just didn't know about all the pop. Yeah, when you think of Howie Kendrick as an opponent with the Dodgers and the Phillies, it was right center, base hit, double, right? Not these pull side bombs that he's hitting here.
Well, 2 homers and 141 at bats with the Phillies, and now 5 in 52 with the Nats. Here's Jose Perella.
He's going to be Jose for 3 more days for me. I can't say his last name. I'm trying.
27 years of age. Couple of cups of coffee with the Yankees and some time with the Padres last year. He's been hitting the ball pretty well. 8 of his last 10 games hitting safely with 14 base hits.
Got the pronunciation guide right here. It says P-Ray-La. P-Ray-La. Use it in a sentence, Bob.
Well, I was hooked on phonics for many years as a soccer announcer, so that helps these days. Pirela.
Jose Perella can hit. Perella.
Yeah, he's at 296, 8 homers, 30 RBIs. Got a low number.
Ooh,
and Matt Grace was walking off the mound like he was heading to the third base dugout.
Jose Perella was struck out, but they didn't call it a strike. Where'd that miss? That's the sentence you should have used it in.
Three and 2. Threw him another strike. 2-hopper. Wilmer Difo. Low throw. Adam Lind with a nifty pick over there at first for Ryan Zimmerman tonight. Matt Grace coming right at him in a 1-2-3 first.
There goes the no-hitter, there goes the shutout, all in the same swing. Feels like about the 50th time this year. StatCast is powered by AWS. 105.8, 411 feet. And another tater for Howie. You know, I was talking to Glenn Hoffman today, and he made a really good point, the Padres third base coach. We were talking about all the home runs this year. And he mentioned how hard the maple bats are. And Carp, do you remember a couple years ago when we used to sit up here and talk and they broke violently and they would kind of helicopter out?
Yeah, the danger factor.
You don't see it anymore. These bats aren't breaking. They're manufactured in a way not to do that anymore. And so when you talk about juice baseball and launch angles, you know, I think the bat needs a lot of credit because we don't see them breaking anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we used to sit up here and say it's a matter of time before somebody gets harpooned, and we haven't seen a bat fly around. I can't remember one all year. I mean, they break, but they don't go helicoptering toward people like they used to. Not as much, at least.
Yeah, they seem like they're holding together much better even when they do get broken. Adam Lind had the Nats' first RBI last night with a sac fly. 40 on the year. And as a starter, hitting .288. This is his 42nd start of the season. Shift on. And he's aboard. Second consecutive time the Nats have their first runner either going to first or circling the bases. Inside the Numbers brought to you by Jeep. Talked about the best road records. The Nats have 3 more wins, 2 more losses than the Dodgers. And the Astros still setting the standard for being away from home. Jeep on the road with some pretty good ball clubs there. And here's Wieters. Padres in a pull position here, and that will just miss away. 1-1. That ball ripped. Foul. Very close to the bag. Marty Foster had to get out of the way before making his call.
And no argument for Matt Wieters. He had the best view of anybody. Best angle we have. Looks like it's super foul. And a 5-hole right there. You see that? Marty Foster let one get through.
Matt 2 for 3 career against Luis Perdomo. And a bouncer that they're going to try to make into 2. Close and safe at first. Took a while for the 4-6 portion of that. Dusty Coleman, the shortstop, on the relay side.
A good hustle by Matt Wieters. Do you see Coleman with the flat feet at shortstop? Look at Matt getting down there. Hey, catchers in August are hurting everywhere. That's good hustle by the Nats catcher. But ideally, as a shortstop, you want to keep your feet moving and have that momentum coming across the bag and you know, all in one motion let it go. And I think Coleman right there was flat-footed, had to start up again, and that allowed Matt Wieters to get in there.
Michael A. Taylor, 8-hole last night, 7-spot tonight. 3 for 14 since coming off the DL. And he has a career homer, that one we talked about earlier. 4th inning at Nationals Park against this right-hander. A key blow in that game. And that fastball sails high. Ironically, it was Matt Wieters on base when Michael hit that. That's going to get through on the left side, maybe. Well, that throw's going to get through. Taylor goes back and touches first base. Wieters is being sent by Bob Henley. He will score on another wide throw. So Michael A. Taylor on what should be a hit, and then an errant throw towards second.
Look at Matt Wieters hustling all over the joint. Beats out the double play, and you're thinking, oh, really, FP, big deal. Well, that's why. You're banged up. It's August. You beat out a double play, and then you get to run around the pillows like a crazy man when the shortstop launches one into right field. And here comes Matt Wieters, everybody. Good stop by Dusty Coleman. Had the double pump, had trouble on the exchange. That's where it went weird. And Matt Wieters rolling. And I mean rolling. There's no way Bob Henley could stop him. Once you get the momentum going like that, there are no breaks. Just that, you know, that ramp when you're going downhill as a truck with the gravel to the right. That's the only way you had a chance of stopping Matt Wieters.
This one to short, and Taylor going to third with the ball hit in front of him, and he'll be tagged out from Coleman to Solarte. The Nats have turned over the lineup to Matt Grace, who is a left-handed swinger as well as a left-handed pitcher. He's 0 for 3 career, all of those at-bats this year. And by the way, to put a cap on that Michael A. Taylor batted ball, they did give him a base hit and all the way around to score Wieters on the E6. Ball tailing away. 1-1. Right fielder Perella, very shallow. And Wieters will, pardon me, Grace will bounce one foul right side. So a walk, an infield hit, an error in the inning, putting the Nats on top by 2.
Matt Grace played at UCLA with Trevor Bauer and Garrett Cole. Did you know that?
Knew he played at UCLA, but not with those guys.
Well, read the fun facts on the scoreboard, Bob.
Okay. I'll be more attentive next time. Right now, the Nats have the Padres' attention. 2-0. University College. On this date back in '06, Alfonso Soriano, third player in big league history with 4 seasons of 30 and 30, joining the father-son combination of Barry and Bobby Bonds. And Alfonso Soriano had an amazing year. This is his 40th steal you'll see after the home run. I mean, this guy was unbelievable in everything he did that season. It was a career high in homers with 46. He would drive home more than 100 runs 4 times in his big league career. He had 95 that year, and there he goes. He would steal his 40th base, hit 48 home runs, actually 46 home runs that year, and a truly amazing season. Offensively, right up there with whatever Ryan Zimmerman has done for 1 season, what Bryce Harper has done, at least on an individual basis, Alfonso Soriano. And it was also the first time he'd ever played the outfield in his career. Bottom of the second, Yangervis Solarte against Matt Grace, who came out and threw 12 pitches, 7 strikes in a 1-2-3 first inning. This ball out to center. Taylor back. He catches it at the 396 mark and over the 396 mark.
Did he catch it, knock it back in, and barehand it? Was there 2 catches there? He was a long ways away, and maybe I missed it. But to me, from here, it looked like he reached over the fence and tipped it back to himself, or no? Did he catch it with his glove? So he just went with the glove, I think. All right, yeah. There was a little bobble in it, and that's what I was seeing. But what a play by Michael A. Taylor. He's been a highlight reel since he's been back off the DL. Watch the little bobble there at the end, and the fan gave him a chance. Did you see the fan pull back? What a play by Michael A. Taylor. Fearless going up and over the fence. Matt Grace, the whole dugout did what Matt Grace is doing on the mound. What a play.
Michael A. Taylor keeps amazing us, and there he is, well over that 7-foot wall out there.
Did you see him double clutch the ball in the glove as he was landing?
Yes, he did.
Thought it might have come out, and then he caught it twice, but it stayed in there. What a play.
Next up is Will Myers. And Solarte robbed of his 13th homer of the year. Myers is at 24. And he hits one high in the air to center. Taylor drifting back for this one. Just kind of arriving at twilight time here in San Diego. 2 outs.
It's a can of corn compared to the last one. Take your family out of the ball game. Nats Family Fun Packs. It's presented by Harris Teeter. Save up to 36% on a meal and a game ticket. Available online only for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday home ball games. Go to nats.com/family.
Corey Spangenberg is next. Last night he failed to hit a home run for the first time in 5 games. Trying to bunt for a hit here. Grace to Lind, and another nifty infield play. Matt Grace is running to the dugout, and Adam Lind another pick. 6 in a row to start the game. Padres going to have a look at it as Mark McGuire's on the phone to the clubhouse.
Nope. Play on. I mean, just web gems all over the place for the Nats this inning. Nice play by Matt Grace.
Beautiful for outfielders. Twilight time here in San Diego. Top of the third coming up. Mazda with our do-up. Howie Kendrick. There's the numbers we gave you. 5 and 52, the homers and the at-bats. His second career leadoff homer. Wilmer Defoe since July 1st. Hot. Daniel Murphy right there in doubles. Extra base hits on the National League chart. The Nats have had 6 leadoff home runs this year. Brian Goodwin a couple. Trey Turner 3. And now Howie has one. First pitch swinging, a liner right at Corey Spangenberg. Defoe and Murphy the next two. 35th pitch of the night for Luis Perdomo. Wilmer almost laid down a bouncer to the right side first time. And the pitch up and tailing away. Nissan on the pitch cast.
Well, 63 of his 90 strikeouts have been with the slider. That one was a fastball. So usually the slider's the out pitch for Perdomo.
Murphy out on a tapper to the right side first time that Perdomo went over and got, ran it to the bag. Last night's home run hero gets tonight off. Question from the hitter, answer from the umpire. Two-one.
An eclipse is coming. The Nats are celebrating by eclipsing your ticket fees. Keep an eye out this Monday. Very cryptic.
I hear it gets cooler when that happens. 2-2. That's slow and inside.
I heard it's hard to hit. The shadows. What time is it going to be? Like in the morning or something? I'm not an eclipse guy. It's not my thing. I heard you can look right into the sun, though. It's not dangerous at all.
Yeah, that's good advice. That ball bounces in, then it hits Murph, and that thing all over the place, and Daniel Murphy will trot down to first base with 2 outs. Anthony Rendon called out first time. So 2 walks by the young right-hander. First one led to a run last inning. Anthony 1 for 2 last night. Base hit, retired on a hard line drive to left, and he was hit by a pitch and walked. Target on the outside edge. Rendon ripping left side. Solarte the short way, and the Nats fail to score for the first time tonight. They've stranded 2-0 in the middle of the third.
Taylor skying high last inning to bring back a would-be homer. I actually talked to Michael earlier on today about his progression defensively over the course of his career, and the former shortstop admitted that the transition to the outfield a handful of years ago wasn't the smoothest, but he put in a ton of work with Tony Tarasco back in 2010 to try and learn the ropes, and he feels like he's continued to progress since then. I swear, guys, he said the biggest adjustment for him out there was learning how to go back on balls, how not to be mentally affected by the wall looming behind him. I'd say he's done a pretty good job of clearing that proverbial hurdle.
Hurdle indeed. Thank you, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. Catcher Austin Hedges. Line drive to right, base hit. Breaking up a personal 0 for 8 for him. And the Padres have their first of the night.
So Austin Hedges today, during batting practice, he walks up to Careless Whisper by George Michael. And he had a guy playing the saxophone for him around the cage, his own personal saxophone section, but he had a guy standing right outside the cage playing Careless Whisper to him while he was taking batting practice.
I heard that and I'm like, what's going on? Then I saw it in the Padres notes. Pretty cool. They call that the Hedges Saxy section out there. They get a ticket to a ball game, an inflatable sax, and a pair of themed sunglasses.
Josh Reddick with the A's was the first one to walk up to that song.
Here's Dusty Coleman, the shortstop.
I don't think those are real saxophones. Or saxophone players.
There's a guy 8+ years in the minor leagues. South Dakota native from Sioux City. Former player of the year in that state. Went to Wichita State. Before this year, 5 at-bats in his big league career with the Royals 2 years ago. 30 years of age. Fantastic that he's wearing a big league uniform.
Root for guys like that.
Yep, 12 for 47 in 19 games with the Padres so far. Bishop O'Gorman High School, Sioux City, South Dakota. Rendon even with the bag at third. Just saw him lock eyes with Daniel Murphy for an instant. And this one right field corner out of play. When you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Daniel Johnson looks like a budding slugger in the Nats organization. He's already gone from Hagerstown to Potomac, and 24 games at high A, hitting over 300. Driving the ball, driving guys in, and scoring himself. 20 and 65, his impressive numbers.
Danny Johnson. Call him up.
Swing and a miss for the first out. Matt Grace, 23rd strikeout of the year, and his first as a starter. Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
Good pitch. Little two-seam fastball, some run on it, striking Dusty out. One of the various Dusties in this ballpark tonight. The younger Dusty.
I'd like to see him pitch to the more senior one and see what happens. So here's Perdomo, who can hit. Interesting. 4 hits the entire year, but one of them's a double, and hard to believe 3 of them are triples. First Padre pitcher, as you might guess, ever to do that in a season. And the count's 1-1 with a man aboard, 1 out here in the third. Catcher at first, pitcher in the box. Matt Grace and the guys behind him would love a ground ball here. Looking to bunt, and he lays down a beauty. Matt Wieters to Murphy, over to cover on the 2-4. Inside the numbers, brought to you by Jeep. This is pretty impressive. Consecutive months with a winning record or better. 11 in a row for the Nats. Even more than the Dodgers, Houston, or Colorado.
Anytime you're ahead of the Dodgers in anything nowadays, it's a big deal. They won again last night. They're 51 and 14 at home.
85 and 34 overall.
Playing in Detroit tonight. Last I saw, they were up. Yeah, 8-5 final. They won. Shocker. Dodgers won. 86 and 34. Is that good?
It is remarkable.
But on October 5th, they'll be 0-0. Or 4th, or whatever it is.
Manuel Margot. Fastball tailing outside by Matt Grace.
You like the brown unis?
They're okay. I like the brown trimmed in the yellow, but they used to have, you know, a lot more yellow in the old school shirts and hats than they do now. I really like the navy blue because it pays tribute to so many Navy personnel stationed here. Rendon's really got to back up for that one. Close at first, and the Nats have ended every inning with a very interesting close play at first base.
Hold on, Andy Green, Mark McGuire. Nope, sorry, no. Play.
Say one thing about their clubhouse, they get immediate answers, don't they?
They do. What a play on his heels. Arm strength.
To you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Amazing night in San Diego, 71 degrees at game time.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, he's in town.
Mike Maddox's twin brother. Or what did we decide? It's his brother. Forgot what we called him last year.
Matt, Mick.
Look up, meet. You're on TV. There you go.
It's unbelievable. It really is. Travels well.
Yeah, Mike's daughter took a picture with him yesterday, and then she had a picture on Twitter of her with her dad, and then another one with him. And I'm telling you, you can't tell the difference.
Well, I told you, I walked off the elevator yesterday and said hi, Mike, to the guy on the right. Even though it was 3:30 in the afternoon, I already knew Mike Maddox was at the ballpark, well, but it just threw me.
It does, but you're not even his daughter. I mean, it's throwing his daughter.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't saying you were. There's zero resemblance.
8 o'clock here. Late night back home, but it's Friday, so it's not that late for you guys. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Howie Kendrick led off the game with a homer. In the second, the Nats scored on a Michael A. Taylor infield hit and then an error by Dusty Coleman, who threw the ball down the right field line trying to get Matt Wieters, who chugged on home to score. And here he is.
Yeah, Masson officially stands for sleep when you're dead tonight. Was that autograph on his hat from Mike? Did you see the bill of his hat? It had an autograph on it. It had to be for Mike Maddox.
Yeah, it looked like it had some kind of message with it.
Yeah, Mike didn't autograph his own bill because that would be super weird. To me, best of luck always, me. Oh, there it is. I'm sure that's Mike's autograph. Or is that Mike?
Who's coaching the pitchers right now is what I want to know.
I don't know, but he's having a cold one. Maybe because it's a bullpen night and Max couldn't go. I'd have a cold one too if I was a pitching coach and that happened.
No, that's the real guy right there.
No, that's the fan.
Slider in the dirt and a block by Austin Hedges. Count goes to 3-2 on Matt Wieters. got him looking. Down around the knees and the inside edge. Wieters, no beef with that one. What does Nissan think?
Little run back action.
Bases empty, 2 outs for Michael A. Taylor. 2 for 5 in the series with that base hit to deep short, first time up. This ball ripped hard to Dusty Coleman. That's it for the Nats. A 10-pitch inning for Luis Perdomo on the short end of a 2-0 score. Michael A. Taylor, the web gem of this series so far. That was a fantastic play on Solarte, who will bat third here in the bottom of the 4th. Luis Perdomo is averaging 15 pitches per inning. Matt Grace 11 through 3. Asuaje, line drive to Howie Kendrick and left. First time up.
Great.
Left-handed batter on a 4-game hitting streak. Rendon shallow at third. 2-0 pitch. Dusty Baker so far getting 3 very good innings from Matt Grace. Fastball had some life on it.
Yeah, sometimes when you get that spot start, you never started the big leagues before. You just go out there and say, "Hey, house money." 25 over, 14 games up. I'm just go out there and have fun. And it looks like he's real free and easy, relaxed, and pounding the zone.
That ball perfectly placed. Yeah, kind of a soft ground ball, but sometimes they find their way through. Padres have their second base hit.
Just kind of fell off the mound, and that provided the hole that Asuaje needed to get that hit up the middle. Tell you what, I was standing around the cage today. Asuaje's a little guy. I mean, he can't be more than $155, $160, soaking wet. They look like Billy Hamilton's kind of body type, but maybe a little bit shorter.
Yeah, 5'9", 158 they list him, so you are quite close. And here's Jose Pereira. Offered to bunt, got Rendon, who was deep on the move.
I'm going to go from Asuaje to an even smaller second baseman in Houston, but that one's kind of good.
Asuaje to Altuve.
I like Altuve. I like the way he plays. I'm excited to see him. See, they even put Brown on top of the dugouts for tonight.
Yeah,
on top of their dugout
scoreboard, and
it's a Brown out.
Yeah, one of our Twitter friends out there described it as Franciscan Brown. Thank you.
Or Taco Bell unis. That's what I call them.
Mercedes-Benz, they have a look at this one.
Burrito Supreme night. Pretty good pitch, just missed.
2-1.
You can't go wrong with just this, the plain crunchy tacos, though. Still, to all the fancy new stuff, you got to keep it simple.
Old school.
Yep. About 4 or 5 of those. Destroy them. Late night. Can't miss.
Yeah, I think 4th meal for the crew tonight sounds like a great idea. 2-1. That is way foul, and look out.
That ball was torched.
Hope everybody's okay. That's that new ballpark feature where all the modern parks have the seats that kind of turn back toward the infield there.
113 miles an hour, I'm being told, on that foul ball.
Wow.
Can we get him straight back too? That'd be fun.
Bullpen scurrying into action. That looked like Sammy Solis running around. Well, Matt Grace has gone 3-2 here with the leadoff man aboard. Not that the leadoff guy hit the ball hard or anything, just one of those ground balls that found its way through. A couple of hard foul balls here with Pereira getting around very early.
Well, he's in uncharted waters, I believe. He's never pitched more than 2 1/3, I think, this year. Is that what it is?
His most recent outing
was 2
in the doubleheader last Sunday was 2 innings. Sean Kelly is up and throwing. Matt Grace, 32 pitches, 21 strikes, when he gave up a run on 2 hits in 2 innings against the Giants in Game 1 last Sunday. Game 2 of the series, Game 1 of the doubleheader.
He's never pitched more than 2 2/3 in his career. Throwovers are coming from the bench, and the reason they're doing it is to get somebody loose in the bullpen. Sean Kelly some extra pitches.
Yeah, Sean might need a few. I mean, this is going to be some uncharted territory for him too. Hasn't pitched in quite a while. But that was over, but evidently low, and 2 on, nobody out. And Mike Maddox now taking his time on his mound visits.
Security, there's a fan on the field.
Matt Grace, first walk.
Oh, no, wait, that's Mike. But no. Dear me. Yeah, this is, hey, you're doing a good job. I know you're probably getting a little tired. Give me a ground ball right here. See if they're bunting. I don't think Solarte's going to bunt. So down the zone. Let's get 2 outs with 1 pitch. And doing a great job. I mean, there has to be nothing but positive for Mike Maddox. Matt Grace has done a heck of a job here. Heck of a job.
Yangervis Solarte robbed of a homer by Michael A. Taylor right on top of the 396 mark. So over that right in front of the palm tree and some folks sitting out there leading off the second. Chopper left side. Rendon. Murphy. 5-4-3, and for a moment thought Anthony might try to swipe at that runner. He goes to third, does Aswahe, on a huge double play ball by Matt Grace and the Nats infield.
Well, that's exactly what that fan told Matt Grace on the visit to the mound. Hey, get us a ground ball and get 2 outs with 1 pitch. See him turn it over right there. Looked like a changeup maybe from Matt, and then almost a triple play. If he reaches out and tags him and then throws it with Solarte's speed, they could have had a triple play, but I don't know. We'll see. Pretty close. Take the 2, though.
Will Myers is next. Runner at third, 2 down. There he is, first pitch swinging like he does so effectively.
Get Matt Grace hustling over to get that. He's still got something in the tank.
Yeah, he's really playing with house money now. And I'm sure he'll tell somebody later, maybe a member of the media if they ask him about it. Hey, I found out late I was starting. Didn't have to sit around and think about it all day.
Yeah.
Just go out there and start throwing, start pitching.
Well, I think they should make him a starter. You know there's people on Twitter saying that. Why isn't this guy starting? Let's keep the ball down here, get another ground ball. And would Dusty think about sending him out there for the 5th and a possible win? First things first, got to get out dangerous hitter.
Myers out to right center. Coming on hard. Andrew Stevenson outrunning the baseball like he did down the left field line on the homestand. Another brilliant play by the rookie. 4 scoreless innings for Matt Grace.
Well, he thought it was in the gap. You saw the first steps that Stevenson took, and then he had to readjust and come in and get it once he realized it was a broken bat. Nice play by the young right fielder. Dome. That's brought to you by Dominion National. Yay! Providing innovative, high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Smile! It's Friday. It's a beautiful night for baseball. Perfect weather all day long. 75 and sunny. I mean, I think it's a law in San Diego that it has to be 75 and sunny. And if you see a cloud, take cover immediately. Just one cloud, take cover.
Well, we did have a rain delay here a couple years ago. Still can't figure that one out.
That was just a freak of nature.
Andrew Stevenson trying to speed his way to a bunt hit in front of the pitcher spot. And by the way, Matt Grace is on deck as we check in with Andrew on that catch.
Let's go down to Andrew on the field, Bob, and ask him about this catch. You see the adjustment he made? Initially off the bat, that looked like it was heading for the gap. Then you think about the sound as you're running for it, and it didn't have that real loud sound. He had the correct come in and make a running catch. Nice play.
He runs some great routes, doesn't he? 0-1.
It'd be cool if we could do that.
There he is, Matt Grace. 49 pitches, 30 strikes. The double play ball saved him a bunch, and so did Stevenson's play. Now Andrew's going to launch one to right, and going back and reaching Jose Pereira.
Nice play. Good swing.
Seniors stroll the bases Wednesday, August 30th. That's after a 4 o'clock game against the Marlins. Fans 60 and over enjoy discounted tickets, a concession credit, and the chance to stroll after the game. For info and tickets, nationals.com/special ticket. Matt Grace struck out first time.
How about a base hit to top off a wonderful evening so far?
Looking for his first big league knock. Home run Howie on deck.
Got a good swing.
Trying to keep that front foot in there. 1-2.
And they can fire some bullets at the very least.
Matt Grace, a tapper right side. Perdomo's going to not run it all the way over this time and toss it to Will Myers. 2 down.
Some Geico highlights of the first inning. This is how we started. Leadoff Tater. There goes the no-hitter. There goes the shutout. Number 7 on the year for Howie Kendrick. Fun to watch again. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. It's weird about that home run when you talk about Perdomo since the All-Star break, the first batter of an inning coming into tonight's hitting .419 against him. So 13 for 31, and with that home run make it 14 for 32. So he's had trouble getting the first batter of an inning out, and Howie took advantage of that.
Yeah, inning after the homer, he walked Adam Lynn. That led to a run. And Perdomo, I'll tell you one thing, he gets the ball back and he's ready to rock. Hasn't given up a hit since the Michael A. Taylor infield single back in the second.
So the home run was fun, but he's my MVP so far for beating out that double play.
So his teammates giving him some waves with the towel after that.
The battery. Matt Grace and Matt Wieters, both Matts tonight. Sometimes you don't see it in the box score, folks, when you wake up in the morning, but when you're banged up and you hustle down the first baseline, beat out a double play, score from first base on an error, and you're a catcher, that's good stuff.
And Howie Kendrick unable to reach that one. Perdomo has really straightened out his night in the last 3 or 4 innings. Nats by 2.
Saying his sunglasses, like Dan said last night, did indeed save him from injury and maybe allowed him to make this catch, this wonderful catch. Robbing a home run, second inning. Jan Hervis Solarte goes back to the wall and he says, "You, sir, will not have a souvenir. And you, sir, will not have a home run." Maybe the catch of the year in the outfield. He just made what was the catch of the year the other day at Nats Park, but that robbed the home run.
Yeah.
In a 2-0 ball game, that was sweet. Statcast is brought to you from Fios by Verizon. Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. Go to getfios.com today.
Yeah, not like he was standing back there early waiting for that ball. He had to get there to make the leap. That was spectacular. Matt Grace, his 5th inning of the night. Pretty economical. A double play last inning not only kept him in the game, saved him and the Nats a whole bunch of pitches, and maybe having to bring an extra guy in at some point tonight. Spangenberg back to Grace first time. Matt made a good pickup and threw him out on a ball over near the first base line. Boy, that thing had some late breakaway. Rendon to Lind for the first out, 5th inning.
So 52 pitches for Matt Grace. His career high will be, well, he'll tie his career high right now, 53. Oh, and Dusty's not letting him.
Yeah, coming out to get him after he gets 13 outs. And I mean, infielders are racing to the mound to congratulate Matt Grace. Yeah, this is good stuff.
They just sprinted. Murph just sprinted to the mound, tapped him on the back. 2 outs away from a win, but Dusty doesn't want to blow his lefty out. What a performance by Matt Grace tonight. Could Max Scherzer have done better?
Choose the winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube, value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com with, guess what? Our Jiffy Lube pitching change. Well done, Matt. Road ahead, driven by your local Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyFirst.com. Steven Strasburg scheduled tomorrow against lefty Travis Wood. Gio and Dinelson Lamet on Sunday. And then after an off day, you're looking at the rest of the road trip. 3 consecutive night games at Houston before the Nats come back home. Tonight, by the way, is San Diego State night in this ballpark, and one of their best ever alums will be pitching tomorrow night. We certainly hope so. Not officially listed on the Nats game notes yet, but Dusty said yesterday it's Strasburg. So here's Sean Kelly's return. Ball 2 to Austin Hedges. '23rd appearance, 7 ERA.
Walked into Dusty's office the other day and gave him a big hug. Dusty said, "You glad to be out of the bushes?" Meaning the minor leagues. And Sean said, "Heck yeah, it's glad to be back."
It's been a while. Two. Got it by him at 92 for the second out, 5th inning. Nissan on the pitch cast.
Well, obviously the season wasn't going the way Sean Kelly wanted it to, but maybe, you go get healthy, you press the big reset button, you come back and do what you're capable of doing, and that's a good start, right? Fastball by Austin Hedges. First hitter he faces. Strikeout. Nicely done.
Next up is Dusty Coleman, the shortstop. He launches one halfway to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, his hometown. I mean, that's second deck way out there, and the Padres are on the board. Sean Kelly now, in just over 18 innings, has given up 10 home runs. That's one of the longest home runs I've ever seen. We're not here that much to that part of this ballpark.
Yeah, Anthony Rendon hit one up there a couple of years ago, but Dusty crushes this. At 420 feet, 1-run game.
There's Luis Perdomo. Sacrifice bunt first time up.
I mean, I feel like you got to show your manager you keep the ball in the yard.
Yeah, that's important.
And, maybe Sean gets back on track and shows him that, but in order to gain his confidence back, that's got to be something that happens consistently.
Defoe out for this short left field pop-up, and the inning is over. But after Matt Grace leaves, the Padres get on the board. 2-1. what time it is. It's the Unlimited Baseball Break brought to you by T-Mobile. Corey Kluber, outstanding season last year, and since coming off the DL for the Indians this year, almost unbeatable. Albert has tied Sammy, number 8 on the all-time home run list. Jake Arrieta, a winner today for the Cubs, 2 runs or fewer as far as earned runs in his 7 starts since the break, and the Cubs are 64 and 57. Perdomo, 75 pitches, 47 strikes. Nats box score, the Kendrick first inning home run. The only other hit, that deep short grounder by Michael A. Taylor, on which the error was made, and the Nats got their 2nd run. He's retired 11 of the last 12. He's retired 12 of the last 13. Solarte handles that. Following the game between the Mets and Nats Saturday, August 26th, it's Faith Day at Nationals Park. Local gospel choirs on hand for a post-game performance. Select Nats will share stories about how faith impacts their lives as major league players. Visit nationals.com/faith for additional details. Daniel Murphy, a ground ball and a walk. That ball, hot shot to the left side. Solarte, did he get enough on the throw? He did, according to Marty Foster. Shaken up a bit on that play, and Murphy, on an unusual looking swing, really got the sweet spot on it.
Well, he's trying to wear out that 5.5 hole like number 19 used to, and it's a pretty sweet play by Solarte at third. That ball was hit hard. Good hustle by Murph.
Anthony Rendon next, 0 for 2. Here's Joe Blenton. Hot shot and under the reach of Asuaje. Anthony Rendon stinging one for his first base hit tonight and his 2nd of the series.
Foot down early, inside out swing, and that one just too hot to handle for Asuaje, and almost got second base umpire Mike Machlinsky.
Here's Adam Lind, who's walked and grounded out into the shift. Asuaje out in right field. Ball gets away. Rendon easily to second base. Wild pitch, the call. That calls off the shift now with the runner at second, giving Lynn more pull room for a base hit. Or for one up the middle to put the Nats on top, 3-1. Adam Lind, 29th RBI as a starter, his 41st overall. 3-1 Washington.
He was due. It's been a whole lot bad since Adam Lind got hit. Go back to the 2nd inning. Before that hit, this was a difference in the game, and we're going to give Matt Weeder some love. For hustling to first base when you're all dinged up, you see the big deep breath there. And then Dusty Coleman throws it away. Watch Matt Wieters. He pops up. He runs around third. He's sent by Bob Henley. So, hey, hustle counts, man. And then he's toweled off by Jose Monroe Batone, the new blonde in the dugout.
Here's Wieters, 0 for 2, but a big contribution. He also did a nice job of working with Matt Grace and getting him through 4 1/3. So the Nats some 2-out base hit action here, and the wild pitch certainly helped.
Every once in a while you play the game the right way and the baseball gods reward you. So 2-0 count. Let's see if they reward Matt Wieters here.
And now it's 3-0.
Green light?
I'd say why not. Ball 4 instead. 3 consecutive base runners. And for Perdomo, his 3rd walk of the night. That'll be Michael A. Taylor, 1 for 2 with 2 on, 2 out. Welcome to the rest of our Masson audience who saw the Orioles come from behind and beat the Angels 9-7 tonight. Bob, FP, and Dan here at Petco Park in San Diego. Nats have just scored right before you joined us on a 2-out single by Anthony Rendon. A wild pitch got him to second. Adam Lind right up the middle drove him in. A game that featured a leadoff home run by Howie Kendrick in the first, and 4 1/3 really good innings by Matt Grace, replacing Max Scherzer, who was scratched just almost an hour and a half before the game. Stiff neck, went on the DL. Actually called left neck inflammation. And Michael A. Taylor fouling one into the first row. .52 pitches, 32 strikes for Matt Grace.
We were joking with Michael A. in the dugout, Dan and I, before the game, and Dan said, yeah, you look mean with that black eye. And Michael A. very quietly said, you know, how can I look mean if I'm the one with the black eye? That means somebody hit me.
Bat breaks, and the shortstop Coleman to the bag. Dan Coco finally outsmarted after all these years. Is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. All kind of interesting things around this ballpark. Different configurations. The Padre office is kind of mixed in with everything. It perfectly fits into the surrounding gas lamp district here. So here's some interesting numbers by Jeep. Most wins when you score 3 runs or fewer. The Nats 2-1 last night, the 18th time of the year. Dodgers, Brewers, Angels right behind. Now Dusty further into his bullpen with Joe Blanton, the Nats right-hander. 38th appearance, 42 hits in 32 innings, but Joe trending so much better lately. Scoreless outings, 14 of his last 18 times out there.
Fastball, slider, curveball change. Fastball 90. Only 39% of the time with the fastball.
Big drop on that curve.
Pair of deuces to start this one up.
Padres top of the order, Manuel Margot. Slider out to the gap. Taylor. I mean, you look up, you think, okay, that might be a double, and Michael Lay is there in plenty of time, downshifting to make that grab.
This is a long strider, picking him up, putting him down, covering tons of ground with each stride. Good communication. Howie Kendrick peeling off. It's always scary as a center fielder when you go in the gap and you see the outfielder coming out of the corner of your eye. So nice play. Tip of the cap.
Pardon me, Carlos Asuaje, first at bat against Joe. So important for Blanton to get ahead. Got ahead with the fastball there. He can really use his slider. Like that. Curveball action on that thing at 81 Mercedes-Benz. It's that hard slider down and in, 3-2. That thing was a strike for a while before it came cutting in. Padres box score. They only have 3 hits tonight. Austin Hedges, their first, leading off the third. A leadoff single by Asuaje. Double play got Matt Grace out of that inning. And then the home run last inning by Dusty Coleman. A 420-foot blast to left center. Walked him with 1 out. Next up, Jose Pereira, who has grounded out to short and walked. Oliver Perez. Back end of the bullpen's been so great this week. Got a couple of relievers we haven't seen in a while. Big swing.
He knew he was swinging early. He knew he was swinging hard. Joe Blanton above the strike zone right there for strike 1.
then changing eye levels down in the zone. 0-2. Nats have turned one double play tonight, a big one for Grace back in the fourth.
Really expand the zone here with 2 strikes. You don't need to throw anything that close. This guy's swinging. He's told you from the first pitch that he's going to be aggressive with you. It's just like a boxer coming out for the first round. You want to see what he's going to do. Is he just going to dance with you? Or is he going to start slugging? Well, Pirela's told you he's going to start swinging in the first round. So as a pitcher and a veteran guy, you see that. I don't have to throw this guy strikes. I can bounce something, throw it over his head. He wants to punch right now, and you have to know that and not throw anything he can hit.
Front door and the slider. Rendon. Murphy around the horn. Out at first. Nats turn their second of the night. Their 104th of the season. And that had some great rhythm to it.
Well, Joe knew he was swinging. He threw a nice slider down the zone, and he got the double play, and that's a nice turn.
San Diego, in case you missed it earlier or in case you need all the details, Max Scherzer scratched from tonight's start and placed on the 10-day disabled list with neck inflammation, a similar problem that he dealt with a few starts ago in Miami that knocked him out of that game after just 1 inning. Max came in early today to get treatment, just not able to go. The Nationals being precautious with this situation. Dusty Baker's saying they're just trying to find out the cause now. Max is going to get some tests. The Nationals are obviously going to give him some treatment, try and work out whatever is the problem with that neck. And what the Nationals are doing here by putting Scherzer on the DL today is they're allowed to backdate the DL stint 3 days. They're hopeful that it'll only be another week before he's able to return, but we'll see, guys.
All right, Dan, thank you. And a base hit for Andrew Stevenson to start the 7th. Coons.com with Dan's sideline report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting.
I don't know if anybody's talked about it, but, you know, if you want to just go armchair trainer slash doctor up here, you know, Max has one of the more violent deliveries with his head after he releases the pitch. So when he crossfires and launches, his head kind of bobs down and comes up. Every delivery, you know, most guys keep their head super still. They let go, and there's some natural motion with your head going down. You can't keep your eyes on the target all the time in a violent delivery, but I feel like Max is on the high end of the scale with what, you know, the whiplash effect, if you will, every single pitch.
Well, the Nats have some speed with which to work right here.
Yeah, his delivery is violent. There's a lot of moving parts to it, and it's not one that's conducive to healing a stiff neck. So smart move, right? I mean, you can do this when you have the lead, and, you know, maybe you don't wear him down on top of it, and he's more fresh in October. This is just a good move all the way around for me. Other than the personal awards, I mean, he's cruising for his 2nd consecutive Cy Young.
So Stevenson, who can fly at first, Alejandro De Aza, the pinch hitter. Stevenson running, pitches low, throw is high. It's into center field. Third base for Andrew Stevenson. Who just ripped his first major league steal.
Well, Andrew's probably too young to think back to 2012 when Bryce Harper ran till they tagged him. And you remember that offense, the run till they tag you offense? Here it is. Steals second. Great read, popping up and seeing the ball over your right shoulder, finding it, getting up and going to third. So maybe more impressive than the jump was the read of the wild throw and advancing to third.
Well, he's become a great energy guy for the Nats. Infield in.
See, 2012, he was probably at a LSU football game in the fall when the Nats were in the playoffs.
Alejandro De Aza looking for his first major league RBI since last year with the Mets. That'll get it done. Long run for Margot, and it's off his glove. Stevenson scores. De Aza pulls into second, and the Nats lead 4-1.
See how they score? I think that's a double all the way, right? Hit the tar out of this ball. So at least a sac fly. As you see Margot going back, and then it kind of tailed back, and he lost sight of it here at the end. Watch, it goes behind him. So the 13th outfielder for the Nats this year with an RBI double. How'd they score it?
They haven't put a third error up on the board for the night.
It said E8 sacrifice fly RBI on the scoreboard. See, error center fielder.
Yeah.
That's a tough error, man. Are you kidding me?
There's another ball up the middle, and another run's going to score. Howie Kendrick, a 2-hit, 2 RBI night.
Who are these guys? It's not Eaton, Turner, Worth, and Harper. It's Kendrick, Defoe, Stevenson, De Aza, and now Howie Kendrick. It doesn't matter who Dusty Baker plugs in with this ball club. They find ways. They just find a way to beat you.
And a quick end in the 7th for Luis Perdomo, who had only gone 7 innings one time all year long. So the Nats lead big by 4 here, 7th inning.
All of a sudden, check out the Padres line. 1-3-3. That just looks weird. Top of the 7th. I guess this is the same seat situation. Doing a good job. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for the first 200 home runs hit by the Nats this year. Lexus experience, amazing. Same beds, I guess. Same seats. Whatever.
Here's Buddy Bauman. 29-year-old lefty for the Padres. It'll be his 9th appearance. ERA 2.45. Wilmer Difo turns around and bats right-handed. That's a good thing for him and for the Nats, because right-handed this year he has been so impressive, hitting .388, 19 for 49. He showed bunt there and got Solarte on the move from third.
Yeah, buddy. Fastball, slider, occasional change. Fastball 88. Like spaghetti with syrup on top for breakfast.
Wow.
I like the old school stirrups, though. I'm a big fan when they show white on the stirrups. That's old school. I like it. It's got sanitaries under there. Do you know what sanitaries are?
Well, I do.
Oh, you do. Wonder how many people at home know what a sanitary sock is. It's the white sock you used to wear underneath your stirrups, and they would have a big bucket of them in the clubhouse. And you just grab a couple, put them on, and then pull your stirrups over them.
Right. Well, good morning to you back in the D.C. and Mid-Atlantic region. Out here in San Diego, the Nats have put a couple on the board here in the 7th inning. Playing some small ball, putting the ball in play, and leading 5-1. On a night when Max Scherzer was scratched, Matt Grace came in, did a remarkable job, and now the bullpen has taken care of 5 outs. Good take by Wilmer Difo. Runner holds. Swing and a miss on a pitch down at 92. First out, 7th inning. For the achiever in you, PNC Bank. Inside some numbers. So on base percentage plus slugging in road games this year. Daniel Murphy has been one of the great road warriors in baseball this year, with a batting average coming in at .363. And then these are numbers, of course, that have damage attached to it with Altuve, Harper, Freddie Freeman, all those guys. They don't care where they're hitting.
See Jose on Tuesday. That's going to be a big, hyped up series, don't you think?
Yeah, we'll see the Astros for the first time since spring training.
People are probably going to be calling it a World Series preview, or possible. 74-47 going into today. Did they win? I think they're playing.
Strike to Murphy.
Yeah, they won.
75th win. And the Angels lost, as we told you earlier, at Baltimore, so they have a comfortable lead. By the way, Carlos Correa has not played since July 17th, so the Astros' recent skid, probably no coincidence that they've struggled since he's been hurt. Dallas Keuchel's been on and off the DL. They didn't do anything at the trading deadline, but it's a really good ball club over there. And another strike to Murphy.
Dallas Keuchel was real outspoken about that too. He thought they should have done something at the trade deadline.
Yeah. Astros quoted as saying they're not wavering from their organization plan. They've built from within. They've made some trades, and they didn't see anything out there that was within their asking price. So now Howie Kendrick steals a base.
Do it all, Howie. Do it all. I'm telling you, find a way to beat you. And if you had Howie Kendrick leading off for the Nats at the end of August, hitting home runs, getting on and stealing bases, I want to go to Vegas with you. And it just doesn't matter. Plug them in, watch them go. It doesn't matter who Dusty Baker starts in this lineup. They find a way. It's crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. You know, usually you lose, like I said earlier, a Cy Young, an MVP, the fastest guy in baseball, the guy that turned the franchise around as far as winning goes, Strasburg, a couple guys that throw 100 miles an hour in Madsen and Romero, and you just still keep winning. I don't care who you're playing. It's the big leagues.
A real leader in Jason Worth.
Yeah, don't give me they're playing the Giants and the Padres, and I don't care. It's the big leagues. These are all the guys they've lost, and it's a credit to Dusty Baker. And you know, Dave Roberts is going to win Manager of the Year. I mean, hand it to him right now. But when you're talking about making guys feel comfortable, making them feel confident, the clubhouse, the players, and Dusty Baker and the coaching staff deserves a lot of credit, man. I'm telling you. Not getting enough credit. He never does, though. But I mean, the other coaches too, making these guys feel relaxed. I mean, I've been in clubhouse where coaches walk right by you and they don't say a word to you, and these guys make them feel welcome. They make them feel important, and that's how you perform at the highest level. It's not a big deal.
Daniel Murphy, a swing and a miss, 2 down. Couple of Ks for Buddy Bauman.
Did he walk from the on-deck circle? That was awesome.
Never made it to the batter's box.
That's the furthest walk of the year. Statcast me that walk. That was way more than 90 feet. Well, this is where if you're Adam Lind, you're taking this real personal. Okay, you want me? Here we go. You want to walk Anthony Rendon from the hotel? All right, here we go.
Walk, RBI single last time up. Big hit gave the Nats at that time a 2-run lead. And that was the half inning after Dusty Coleman hit that homer to get San Diego on the board and make it a 1-run game. So the fastball in there, 2-2. Buddy Bauman coming after some pretty good hitters here, striking out Defoe and Murphy. Intentional walk to Rendon. He's a Missouri guy from Missouri State University, where Ryan Howard went and Ross Detweiler played college ball. Originally drafted by Kansas City. And he's going to strike out Adam Lind. 3 Ks in the inning. Nets pick up a couple, 1 unearned. Lead by 4. Have the Nats taken command with a 4-run lead. Time will tell. 9 outs to get in this one. It's another Super Saturday for the Potomac Nationals. First 1,250 fans on Saturday afternoon or evening. Receive the Anthony Rendon Real Electric Hair bobblehead presented by Burke and Herbert Bank. Last scout night of the season. Fireworks after the game. PotomacNationals.com.
Ernie and Burt Bank from Sesame Street. Those two jokers opened up a bank. Can you imagine?
Oliver Perez has not pitched since Tuesday, August 8th, 10 days ago. That was the night the Marlins beat the Nationals. He went 2/3 of an inning in that game. And the bullpen's been so efficient lately, some guys are a little short on work. And here's the guy shortest of all during that time. Solarte, 2 for 3 career with a home run against Oliver Perez. Flinging that curveball in there. Or the slider with curveball action at least. No balls, 2 strikes. Hanging on that back foot. And then a long ball to left. It's a homer if it's fair. Very close and foul.
Solarte's furious. Did you see his reaction? He thought it was a home run. You can't believe it wasn't.
Well, he's already been robbed of one tonight.
Yeah, he's having a rough night. It's not funny, but it kind of is. And just foul. Watch the reaction. Yeah, close to 2 homers tonight. So I'm getting a lot of tweets about sanitaries, and I didn't know this. You know, they pulled up the pants with the Reds to show more calf, and they thought it would kind of make the uniform look more like cricket.
Who doesn't want that?
Yeah. But Napalahoy from the Cleveland Naps, he had blood poisoning when he was spiked in his stirrup because of the dye in the stirrup.
Ooh.
So he missed 65 games with that, so they had to put a white sock under the stirrup with the dye so that wouldn't happen anymore. I guess to keep it sanitary.
Swing and a miss. 81 diving. Solarte down on strikes. First out, bottom 7.
Everything in the zone. Look at that. Did you see the pattern? Every pitch is strike from Ollie, including strike 3. Nasty slider. Look at the rotation. Breaks right under the bat. Way out in front. Geared up for the eater.
Yeah, that's what you would call 10 days off command right there. Next up is Will Myers. 1 career plate appearance against Oliver. Not base on balls. Fastball away.
They pulled the pants up like Ollie has them to boost attendance in the team's profile. Way back when. To display the manly calves, it says right here.
Can Taylor outrun this one? Yes, he can. Michael A. Taylor, just a kid having fun at the ballpark.
I tell you, if it's in the ballpark, he's catching it. I mean, that's the center fielder the Nats have out there right now. If he hits, it's a bonus on this team. And he has been hitting, but watch the range again. Not well hit by Myers, but well enough to get in the gap with some outfielders, and he makes that look routine. Have a night, Michael Taylor, on defense. Throw some leather at him.
There's Corey Spangenberg. Front door on the breaking ball stays inside. Spangenberg 0 for 1 career with a strikeout against Oliver. And the 93 heater is in there, 1-1.
Did you know all that about sanitaries? I never did. I remember the A's used to have yellow ones. Do you remember Reggie Jackson?
Oh, yeah.
They had yellow sanitaries. I thought that was cool as a kid.
And some guys in the 70s wore stirrups almost up to their knees to show off those white socks.
Vita blue, remember?
Stirrups going way up there. Vince Coleman did that. Thought it made him look faster.
Yeah, and I remember the Padres used to have yellow sanitaries with these unis. Sounding old right now, but hey, Frank Robinson used to wear them up high. Remember?
Yes, he did. 2-2 pitch.
Check him.
Did he make an offer? No swing, says Roberto Ortiz.
Did he go? No, he helped.
Hitter says, I'm going to appeal.
Yeah, appeal myself.
Ooh, that is close. 2-out walk.
Good frame by Wieters. Borderline pitch. Spangenberg takes the walk, and here's Careless Whisper. And a double switch.
So Oliver back out on the mound for the first time in a week and a half. Gets a strikeout, a walk, no hits here in the 7th. And the Nats a little deeper into the bullpen here. Pretty good work by the pen so far. Only one base hit from Kelly Blanton Perez.
Nationals, Howie Kendrick led it off with the tater. Adam Lynn doing his thing, but I think the star of the show tonight, besides Matt Wieters and his hustle, is the starting pitcher. It's not Max Scherzer, in case you just joined us from England or something and you're just waking up. Max was scratched tonight. Matt Grace, the last second replacement, 4 1/3. Easy for me to say. No runs, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 52 pitches, 32 strikes. 53 is his career high, so 1 pitch shy of his career high. I'm telling you what, you want to gain street cred in the clubhouse, you do what Matt Grace did tonight. I mean, teammates already respect him, but after what he pulled off tonight, 4 1/3 out of nowhere, scoreless, he is the hero in the clubhouse.
This just in, he will be unavailable in the bullpen tomorrow night.
Yep.
He's a starter for a while at least. So here's Matt Albers, his 45th appearance, ERA under 2. Austin Hedges facing him for the first time. Defoe and Rendon to pull left side. Murphy shading up the middle. He had the hitter pulling off that slider at 89.
To seeing fastball slider curve change.
New first baseman. Yeah, that guy who won a game with a homer last night.
Tell you what, this is historically a tough place to win for a lot of ball clubs, just because it's San Diego, and You really have to focus on it being a business trip. A lot of the families come on this trip. There's so much stuff to do here during the day. Cubs got swept here this year.
They did.
I remember, some managers, including Dusty Baker, saying, hey, look, remember, this is a business trip, guys. We're here to win baseball games. Don't go see Orca all day and try to come and get 2 hits. It's not going to happen.
One pitch. Albers made that look like a strike for a while. Austin Hedges in the hole. One ball and 2 strikes with 2 down.
It's like Curtis Granderson going to the Dodgers.
Don't they have enough players?
They got too many.
Oh, look at the run back on that heater by Matt Albers. Wicked to the outside edge. And the bullpen puts another inning under their belt. Maybe a little bit off the plate. Strike 3. American Standard Heating and Air. Go to midatlanticcomfort.com for special offers and to find a dealer near you. Beautiful downtown San Diego on a Friday night.
That's a gas lamp. I've heard it's really fun.
That is a rumor that has been confirmed. Steven Strasburg pitch for the Aztecs. Going to pitch against the Padres tomorrow night. 10-3. 7 career starts against San Diego. 6-1 with a 2.93. Travis Wood, San Diego starter, will get you going at 8 p.m. That's extra mass in 2. Jose Torres, 23-year-old lefty from Caracas, Venezuela. And for the Padres this year, 51st appearance, 5 ERA. A lot of home runs he's given up, a lot of strikeouts though. Slides that one back in from the back door as Matt Wieters, batting right-handed, leads off.
Yeah, slider 82, 83, fastball 79% of the time at 95, occasional changeup at 89.
That fastball tailing up and away. Nats have made great use of their 6 hits tonight. Waiters a walk last time up 0 for 2, but a good piece of base running earlier in the game, and he swings and misses at that ball diving down and in.
MLB.com @bat is your #1 mobile app for live Nats baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Nationals home screen icons, app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, and StatCast. Download MLB.com @bat today, tonight, tomorrow, whenever.
Michael A. Taylor, healthy hack. 1 for 3 tonight. Spectacular play in right center, then a couple of great running catches in the other gap.
And the Dodgers got Granderson for cash considerations or a player to be named later.
Or cash considerations. So
or
could be cash going both ways.
Yeah.
LA buy, New York sell. That ball just foul.
He's got 15 home runs against righties this year. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I feel like the Dodgers have a 60-man roster. Maybe that's why they're winning so many games. They're cheating.
Tough to get a hit when you look out and there's 12 guys out there.
Good rips by Michael A. here.
Wearing out left-handers. That is right in there. Last 2 Padre relievers, Baumann and Torres, have struck out 5 men. There's Andrew Stevenson, who gave us a little excitement last time. Led off the 7th with a base hit. Stole 2nd. Went to 3rd when the throw went into center. Then scored on the sacrifice fly, which is actually a dropped fly ball. Haven't seen that in a long time.
That wasn't an error. I think that'll be changed eventually. Maybe not tonight. I mean, was that routine effort? He was flying back toward the wall. The ball was hit hard over his head. It's not like he was just camped under it and missed it. That was going to be a tough play. Reached up, didn't make the play. I think it's a double and RBI.
Padres are the 2nd worst defensive team in baseball, by the way. 85 errors, Milwaukee 91. 2nd worst in the National League. Yeah, but I think you're right. Not a routine play. A guy gets there, but then the ball's kind of still moving on him as he gets back there. So we'll see what they do about it.
We'll hear about it 3 weeks from now. Remember that play in San Diego on Diaz's sac fly? They changed it to a hit.
No, okay. I don't remember that.
They're doing the way here in San Diego.
Top spin grounder over to Will Myers.
There's not enough people to call it the wave, so it's just the way.
So we'll take a short break and be right back.
The 8th inning. Check out Matt Albers striking out Austin Hedges. Watch the run back on this two-seamer. Good frame by Wieters. Ball clearly in the strike zone. No doubt about it. Right down the middle. Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a $37 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher in 2017.
A lot of Ks. Not a lot tonight, because Matt Grace was throwing strikes, getting a lot of contact, some quick outs. He set the tone for the whole evening after the Howie Kendrick leadoff homer in the first. Here's Dusty Coleman jacking one deep center. Taylor again. Getting back and waiting for that one.
He's going to sleep good tonight. He's going to sleep like a rock. Michael A. Taylor has run about, I don't know, half mile out there tonight. Ball not carrying this time of night here at Petco. And look at Michael A. If it's in the park, he's going to catch it. Not a problem. And those fans right there absolutely hate Michael A. Taylor's guts tonight. You see the reactions behind them when he's making these plays. Good stuff. Have a night on defense. Another tip of the cap. I like it.
Hector Sanchez pinch hits for Jose Torres here in the bottom of the 8th. He was the last batter of the game last night when he popped out to Daniel Murphy, securing the Doolittle save and the Edwin Jackson victory. 2-1 Nats. Just kind of hanging out on a night after you win a ball game. That's going to be the greatest feeling for a starting pitcher. It's your routine coming up for the next 3 or 4 days and then back at it.
4 wins.
He is 4-2. The ERA went down to 2.92 last night.
He's pitching with a purpose, man. I'm telling you, put him on a team that's competing, and it's all he cares about is the team and winning. I think there's certain players when they have to play for themselves on losing teams just don't get it. They can't do it. But when you're playing for a bigger purpose, you know, 24 other guys winning a championship, you know, it turns your game up a notch. So, I mean, look at all the good teams that Edwin Jackson's been on, and he's pitched real well. It's a winner.
1-2. Matt Albers throwing strikes here, and that's a filthy slider down and in for his second strikeout.
I think it's easier, Carp, to compete that way because it's not about my numbers. It's about, you know, if you know, we score 6, I give up 5. It's a good night.
Yeah.
You know, cheers, way to go, we won. Let's shake hands at the mound. But when you're on a bad team, it's about me giving up 2 runs and getting paid and having my money and having my contract because that's all I'm playing for. And it becomes a selfish brand of baseball where, you know, you're just checking in, you got your briefcase, and it's all you're worried about is your numbers. And then you get 25 guys on a losing team worrying about their numbers. But when you're playing for a bigger cause, it just simplifies it. You know, an 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt, score a run, and make sweet plays in center field all night is a good night on a winning team. On a losing team, it's not a good night.
Yeah, well said. I tell you, Matt Albert's fastball is running like I've never seen it, time after time, right here. Oh, 2. Look at that run. I mean, guys are giving up on it, and back it comes. 4 hitters, 3 strikeouts, 2 taken. Let's go to the 9th.
Let's do it. So 33 home runs is Ryan Zimmerman's career high, and we're going to show you some zip bombs. This Sunday against the Gigantes. See you later.
Dusty liked it.
Dusty liked it. I think he pulled something on that, as a matter of fact, Dusty Baker. There's Wednesday against the Angels. That was a fartator. Look where this one lands. I think that was 798 feet on StatCast. This one last night was low and firm. And that gave the Nats the lead. They would not relinquish. And there's that blonde guy again taking helmets off. So there's his ranks in the National League. 4th in taters, 7th in steaks, and 11th in batting average. Ryan Zimmerman having a career year, and we love it.
Gentleman Zim playing first base great as well. I know we talk about his defense whenever he does something really good, like a great pick. Got some live arms on that infield, and he's played first base beautifully, making that transition in the last 2 years. Carter Capps, 27 years of age. Only his 5th appearance of the year. So some time in the minor leagues this season. And he gets Ryan Zimmerman, who's 2 for 2 career against him. Little herky-jerky and jump forward on that first delivery.
Yeah, coming off that Tommy John surgery from that weird delivery he has, and
yeah,
he's still trying to get a feel for his command.
See, that delivery kind of reminds me of Jordan Walden.
Yeah.
And he was with the Braves. Nats saw a lot of him kind of jumping toward you and seemingly leaving the pitching rubber on his way. Doesn't bother Zimmerman, who's now 3 for 3 career against him. And Ryan Zimmerman remains in the top 10 in the National League, hitting over .310.
Sweetest day off ever. Get the day off, and then you walk up and get a knock. 1 for 1. Stay hot.
Ryan in this series 2 for 4 with a walk and last night's game-winning opposite field home run. And that's the last two guys. Two of the last guys been in the All-Star game as first baseman. Will Myers and Ryan Zimmerman. Top of the order. Here's Howie. Kendrick 0 for 5 career against Caps. Another good night for Mr. Kendrick. 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Fly ball left right field line, long way for Pereira, and the ball drops about 3 or 4 feet foul. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight doing late night, early morning duty. They're in the studio waiting for this one for the Nats Extra Postgame Show, presented by who but W.B. Mason. Right side. Aswahe. Coleman. Safe is the call at first.
Mark McGuire on the phone. So I'm watching Dusty Coleman turn this again, and as a shortstop, when you stop your momentum and you don't come flying across the bag, it's hard to get it going again. And he was flat-footed on this feed too. Again, second time tonight. Watch the shortstop. And then he's got to regenerate and get rid of the ball, and sometimes that takes more time. You know, you come to the bag, you keep your feet moving, and you move toward the throw, and all in one motion get rid of it. It's quicker, and you get more on the throw.
There's Wilmer Defoe.
For you little insomniacs out there, watch how he kind of stops at the bag and then has to get the momentum going again, and he has trouble with the exchange, and that's the difference at the highest level. We talked about bip, bip, bip with the row arc to Defoe to Zimmerman double play the other day.
Carter Capps just faked a throw to first base, which you cannot do, right?
I don't know. I was in the middle of something.
Sorry about that.
No, not you, him. Well, if you step off, it's okay.
All right. Home plate umpire called a balk. Marty Foster overruled the crew chief. Interesting. Ball hits the mound and it's through. Howie's going to stop at second. And Wilmer Defoe, after seeing his hitting streak come to a close last night, maybe starting a new one. Daniel Murphy 0 for 2 career against Caps.
Just a hunch, but I'm guessing Mr. Murphy gets a day off tomorrow.
I think that's a good call.
Just watching him run, he doesn't look 100%. And he's probably gonna hate me for saying all this stuff, but you have to love the fact that, you know, He's gaming up for Dusty Baker. Warm bodies are welcome at this point. Just doesn't seem like he has the base under him, the legs that he normally has when he hits.
Yeah.
Coming out of it is the term that hitters use. But he's fighting and he's competing, and you know you're going to get that from him every day.
No doubt about that. And to your point, I think we've seen him swing and miss more the last 3 or 4 days than we do in a week or a 10-day period. Hit the ball hard 2 times ago, kind of an inside out swing to the left side, and Solarte made a very fine play to throw him out.
You know, I think with a 14-game lead, you just freeze everybody, like literally freeze them, put them in a freezer till mid-September. Then thaw them out, keep them fresh, keep them healthy, get some, you know, get the blood going again. 13.5 game, hoping to be 14.
Sammy Solis for the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, I was watching the Astros game today from Houston, and you remember that Whistler guy in the stands?
Oh, yeah.
He's still there.
Great. Great. Got rid of Charles Hill, but not him.
Nope, he's still there whistling the whole game. Heard it on TV today.
Murphy, he'll get a base hit, pulling it to the right side. Coming around third, Howie Kendrick scores. Nationals lead 6-1. Daniel Murphy, RBI number 79.
Nice.
It's a pretty good battle in that at bat, fouling a bunch of pitches off.
Hey, he rewards himself with saltless seeds every time he reaches first. Got one going right now.
Anthony Rendon 1 for 3, a single, a run, and from the on deck circle intentionally walked last time up.
The day off to have is Sunday into the off day Monday. That's the one that the teacher's pets always get.
Rendon launches one high in the air to left. Spangenberg waiting for it onto the track. Going to be a sac fly. And the runner is out. It looked like Defoe had crossed home plate before that happened.
That's a smart play, Carp, because Murphy, if he doesn't do that move at the end, would have been out before Defoe scored. So watch the move at the end. He's going to be tagged out right before Defoe scores, but because he does that, it buys Wilmer an extra couple of steps, and the run counts. And that's something that's reviewable if they want to, but nice job by Daniel Murphy.
Double play, sac fly, 7-1.
Practicing the ground balls between innings. Couple things here. Wilmer Defoe has to know that Murphy's tagging up. I don't think he saw, so he pulls up. And stop it right there. So Wilmer's here. If he would have been out at second, the run doesn't count. So number one as a runner, always run hard through the bag. You never know what's going on behind you. But watch Murph pop up, avoid the tag smartly, and that allows Defoe to score, which he wouldn't have scored. It would have taken a sac fly and an RBI away. Look at that. From Anthony Rendon. So heads up base running. You know, maybe you should have tagged, maybe you shouldn't have, but they made the best out of a bad situation.
Here's Sammy Solis against Asuaje, Pereira, and Solarte. Bottom of the ninth for San Diego.
Runs are so important in baseball, right? It's why you come out here every day to score more runs than the other team. And as a base runner, I always thought, man, I'm sprinting through home. I can't get to home fast enough because I want the scoreboard to click. I want that run to score. And in Wilmer's defense, he didn't know he was tagging up, but even if you don't, just make that run score.
Padres have a base hit. Their first since the fifth inning. That's how good the Nats pitching has been in the second half of this game, and really in the first half as well, thanks to Matt Grace. Asuaje, a 2-for-3 night with a walk. So I've got that play scored as a double play, sacrifice fly 7, RBI 7-4 on the out at second base. Kind of unusual, seldom seen. But your point well taken. Get home, get home.
It's just a good rule in life too, Bob.
You can always go home again.
Yeah, just go
I
home.
heard that once.
Go home fast, always.
Good fastball by Sammy. Who we saw in his most recent appearance in Nationals Park Wednesday against the Angels. Inning and 2/3. A couple of strikeouts, and his heater was hot. That heater is hot at the knees for out number 1.
We got 96 at the knees.
Yanhervis Solarte. Really nice in the off speed there. This ball driven to right. Stevenson turning one way then the other. Never lost sight of the ball. 2 down. A little earlier on Saturday evening. Game 3. 8:30. Nets extra at 8. Steven Strasburg and Travis Wood. Yeah, Jock Jones will get you going and get you motivated and smiling for an assignment tomorrow. There's Will Myers, 0 for 3 tonight. 3 balls in the air. One of them, that drive to the gap in right center, on which Andrew Stevenson made a fantastic running catch in the 4th inning. Ball hooking and foul.
Yeah, all right. I stuck around. I got a foul ball. Nats fan going crazy. That's what I'm talking about. That's why he stayed the whole game, Bob. Right there. 7-1 game. They came all the way from D.C. probably, and she got a ball. Yes. Love the enthusiasm. Telling you, foul balls are life-changing moments. They are. You should go that nuts when you catch one. I love it.
Hitter walks away. Strike 3. Game over.
Yeah, Sammy forgot the game was over. He was going to the dugout.
Yeah, you get to shake hands after that. Michael A. Taylor ought to be shaking some hands. Howie Kendrick should be shaking some hands. He drove in a couple tonight, led off the game with a homer, set a great tone, and not to be forgotten what Matt Grace accomplished for this ball club tonight. So the Nats have taken the first